Hello and welcome to Nomifactory. In this episode we'll start off by automating the electrolyzing of clay so that we can get automated aluminium ingots. I will figure out along the way what we are going to do as well, but at the moment I'm not quite sure. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and let's get right into it. Since the electrolyzing of clay will just be running in the background, I think medium voltage is sufficient. We'll code in some patterns for the machines we'll need. One of them is a forge hammer to make cobblestone into gravel and then all the way into dust. We'll need a chemical reactor as well to make the dust into clay. And we will need a macerator. And the components that these require as well. I should have everything we need in my inventory here to automate aluminum dust and silicon dust as well. We'll just set up an MV line here. This is 4 amp. And I will start off with setting up the forge hammers, which break down the cobblestone into dust. The first one here breaks it down into gravel, then sand, and then dust. I'll obviously mute them because they're loud. This goes into a chemical reactor, which we need to set up with water here. I'll set this to auto input in this block. Let's see. This should be getting water, and if we auto output here and set it up to the side here, this should be making clay. It is. Then we need to macerate the clay into clay powder. Like so. And this we will need to electrolyze here. We need to trash off the water that is produced here, so I'll just set a trash can on top and auto output fluids into that. That should take care of that. I then set up some drawers here for the 4 dust that we get. How do we do this best? Like so maybe? These need to be locked, so I'll get the key. Let's lock them up here and extract them on brown. And then allocate all of them with a drawer. This should be automated now. It's not, it wasn't that bad to set up. All we need to do now is to put a storage drawer on this. But I'm not sure I have enough aluminum, ironically. So we will need to feed this manually once. And let it run. We will need to upgrade these drawers as well. I want void upgrades on every drawer that isn't the aluminum. But I only have enough obsidian for 2. But I will be working up on obsidian as the next thing here. I'll just give these a diamond upgrade each and these 3. Then we should be able to store quite a bit of this. And have a backlog. And we make sure to slap on this storage bus. Set the priority high. And then connect it to the applied energistic system. Then this should automatically be extracted and put into the blast furnace over here. And it looks like it did. The last thing for this to be complete is to put a storage bus on this drawer here. That should be automated aluminium then, and we will obviously also upgrade this drawer a bit. I'll just slap a couple on, and then we will turn it off if we need, if we feel like we're getting too much aluminium, but I don't think we will feel like that. I think we will always be in need of more aluminium, and having a big backlog is just nice. And this also gets a storage bus with high priority. I want to make more interfaces so that we can make more patterns here, but we are so out of aluminium, so I think I might just AFK for some aluminium for a bit and then come back. So we AFK'd a bit for some aluminium here, and we have 1000 dust and 800 ingots, and I used about, let's say, 200 of that for some interfaces. So I should have enough for 8 interfaces here, and I also made some molecular assemblers. So we should be able to make another tower here, another interface tower, so that we can make more patterns. Like so. Yeah, and that gives us twice as much space as we had before. I automated yet more things. I automated the macerator here, which we use only for flux dust right now. And I automated this crystal growth chamber, which means we should be able to craft up this pure Certus quartz here. It obviously takes some time. This can be sped up though. Maybe we do need this on passive actually. I'm not sure how much we need these pure crystals for. But there we go, it did automate it there. It honestly is probably only nether quartz we need the pure versions of in large quantities, because we use those for quartz fiber. So I think I'll just craft up some of those. If I had the nether quartz dust, we can automate those together. If we see here, that's a macerator recipe. Like so. And this is not on blocking mode, I don't think. Nope, shouldn't be either. So if we craft up 64 of these. Oh, this this is not smart, actually. Yeah, we need to find another way to do that. I'll just try the recipe again with the acceleration cards in it. I put some acceleration cards in. Let's see how this works. Yeah, it is faster, but it's still not optimal that it fills up here. It is acceptable pace, to be honest. It's just very weird. This was mostly meant for flux crystals, which it is good for here. Look, that's how fast it crafted it. Next step is to set up this rock breaker here. I auto crafted it, set up a bunch of recipes for it. We'll just set it up here. It needs a lava source block and a water source block next to it. And then it needs an item in here, and then it should start producing obsidian. This I could probably do smarter, but like so. And then we'll just make sure not to step in the lava, or maybe make a better casing for it. Need a drawer here. And maybe a storage bus. See if we can craft that up, we can. I'm not sure if this will catch on fire, I hope not. And this just produces a lot of obsidian very quickly, so we can make our void drawers when we need them. So I had a couple of hours where I couldn't record my voice, but I could play a little Nomifactory. And I did quite a few things. I extended our setup here with more interfaces and more molecular assemblers so that we can autocraft more. I made this 16K crafting CPU here because we were getting too large crafts to craft up with these 4Ks. I set up a lot of auto crafting, for example, for a high voltage circuit assembling machine. But for that we needed this clean room that I made. I know it's kind of not that good that I didn't make it on camera, but I had to do something about this. And it runs on medium voltage, and it's made of this plasticrete here, which is just some concrete in a mixer with polyethylene sheets and steel frame boxes. These polyethylene sheets I made manually, but the other components I crafted up, auto-crafted here. And I set up a mixer which mixes the concrete. It's just water, clay dust and stone dust, which I auto put into this advanced assembling machine here, and then we can order the plasticrete as we need it. This is a 3x3 indoors here, and you need to have an iron door to open it. And this is a machine hole which you can put AE through. Applied Energistics can go through the machine holes. This needs to be completely closed because it's clean, and this clean room controller here cleans it. I have a high voltage line in here for the advanced circuit assembler, and then I have a medium voltage line which isn't used anymore actually. So we could probably take this down. I use this to craft up our first EV circuits. So this workstation here, which we need for the vacuum station, vacuum freezer, and we can autocraft this quite easily. I don't think I did much more than that, but it's quite a large accomplishment making the clean room. I just couldn't, I wasn't able to speak whilst doing this task. I also set up some grains of infinity. I'll show you how that's done. I set up a home here. This I made some blazing pyrotheum and set it up with a vacuum chest which transfers it into a ender chest. I set up some netherrack around it so that it would burn more easily, and then when bedrock burns it has a chance of spawning a grain of infinity, and it will get picked up by that vacuum chest. I think that's about what I've done. And I'm sorry that I couldn't commentate it and show it along the way. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, I crafted up these water mills so that we can get some red coal, which we need to be able to make the high voltage cutting machine, because we need some blue steel. And the only way to get that is with red coal. Or where do we have water here? So yeah, we have we have a resonator here, which crafts up wet coal right now. And we use that to craft, I think, the black steel dust here, which is required for blue steel. This blue steel here is a whole crafting chain. The first dust we need here is black bronze, which is 3 copper dust and 2 electrum and a circuit of 1. This we craft up with the red coal we just made, some void crystal, black bronze and steel, which gives us black steel dust. We crafted up some rose gold here, which is just copper and gold. And then I think we have everything to make the blue steel here. It's a circuit of 3, and we need steel, black steel, normal steel, rose gold, and brass. And it doesn't craft. Why does this not craft? Brass, black steel. Oh, it's a circuit of 1. We have our blue steel dust here. I think this needs to go through the blast furnace. It does. We'll just use our on-demand blast furnace here. Empty it of stainless steel. And throw it in. I think we only need 4. Let's see how long the recipe is. It's 50 seconds, so we'll wait for that and be right back. I'll set up another rock breaker here for black granite, because I want to build with this. So we will do it like this. We need another slab. We'll just steal this. Some water. Oh, we can't do this. That's EV. Darn it. We will just use basalt then. That looks a little bit like it. I'll probably also be using these factory blocks quite a lot, because you can chisel them into a lot of different looking blocks here. So this will be very useful for our builds. I might also use these laboratory blocks. They can also be chiseled into a lot of different textures, and they look quite cool as well. I really like the white look. I've been playing around a little with the block palette. I think I will go for something like this and make different modules like we've been doing, but make it a bit more organized. This could be a design for blast furnaces, for example. We could have one here, 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 and here. And then maybe make another module where we have a wall shared blast furnace. This could be for when we upgrade the coils, then we can't wall share. Yeah, and I'm playing around with base building a little. I think maybe I'll place this above this, so this could become kinda a cellar of kinds, like space under where we can place the cabling and stuff like that. And yeah, we don't see this as well if we do that. So I'll play around with this a little and see if we can't make something exciting. I'm crafting up a magnet here. This vibrant crystal we crafted up manually. It's just an emerald and some melted down vibrant alloy in a autoclave. And the vibrant alloy you have to melt down in a MV extractor or above. So I crafted that up as well. And we can charge it in this low voltage battery buffer here. I just placed it down because we are not using it anymore. I keep this magnet charged with the 0 point module that I found in the Lost Cities dimension. It says it has a lot of power here, so I'll just use that. The blue steel we crafted up earlier, we can make into a plate here. And we'll see if we can make the cutting machine. I think we actually have everything to make it. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, we do. That's nice. I also crafted up the high voltage laser engraver. And let's see, this is the high voltage line. So we will place them here. I think I've decided on this block pallet here. And then I have an elevator down to a lower floor where we will do all our cabling. And I have a 3-block space here, which I think will be enough. The blast furnace I want to build over at our new space over there. I want to run at EV with 2 high voltage hatches. And for those we need these LPICs, which are made in the clean room here with a precision laser engraver that we set up earlier. I have an interface here on all of these machines and just water from a fluid interface coming into this cutting machine, which we will later do lubricant with this. And I just have a topaz lens here at the moment because that's how you make the low power integrated circuits. I think it made it up. Yeah, we have the LPICs here. We should have the coils as well. Those are just made in an assembling machine. Fine silver wire and a magnetic steel rod. That's not too bad. Let's see here. And then it's just an HV machine hull and gold cables. The thing that makes this a little tricky is the sodium potassium. But that's the potassium we just get from electrolyzing rock salt. And the sodium I think we get from electrolyzing clay dust. This we just throw in a chemical reactor here. And it should make sodium potassium. We crafted up the 2 high voltage energy hatches here. It's just some of the sodium potassium we crafted up in HV assembler with the low power ICs we also crafted up, and then stuff we have made before, machine hulls and gold cables. I'll just craft up the electric blast furnace here. And I made space for the energy hatches here. This should work. Oh yeah, I haven't crafted up the coils, but I'm working on that. I crafted up the cupronickel coils here, and I want this blast furnace to become a silicon boule blast furnace, so that we can craft up a bunch of that. We want this at EV because it's such a slow craft, so if we put it up to EV, it should speed it up quite a bit. This here should be running at EV, and it does. This will take a lot of power, so we probably have to upgrade the numismatic dynamo soon as well. And I think the next step will be to upgrade our pulsating polymer clay setup. It can't keep up with what we need anymore. Because we need to run more diamond models, or shulker models, sorry, to be able to keep up with the power we need. All we need to do is wire it up. I have extended some wires here, both ME and energy. I'm crafting up some more ME conduits right now. I don't quite have enough, but we can do the power here. We will just take these N steel wires, which can do up to EV, and this is only HV. Connect them here. Make sure our energy converter is HV, it is. And then turn it upwards here. with the wrench. This should be powered. And let's try running a recipe. I think that's the output bus. We will just take a piece of stainless steel dust and see if this runs. This should be twice as fast as this one. This takes 55 seconds. Let's see here. How fast this is. Oh, this needs a circuit. Yeah, and this is 28 seconds, so much faster. We put down an interface here and use item conduits to extract and pull out. We need a limited item filter here, because otherwise it will overflow. So we put in 1 gallium arsenide and 32 silicon dust here, and extract on brown. This we will obviously also put in here. Right now it's just running silicon bars, but we want this to be without a circuit. Gallium arsenide there. Yeah, and this should run a silicon bool. Pretty fast. Oh, like still 100 seconds, but way faster than the others. And then we just need to extract it too. Maybe we should extract this into a drawer, actually. And then make a storage bus. Would be more correct to do. Bus. Drawer. I'll set that up and then I'll be right back. I set it up here and we won't stack more than a stack here because, yeah, there's no need to. With all 3 blast furnaces running, and especially the new one, which takes 8000 RF alone, we are struggling for power again. So next episode we will come back and probably double our power input again, output, or even triple, I'm not sure yet. And we will need to upgrade our pulsating polymer clay setup here. LV is not cutting it anymore. So that's what we'll do next episode. This episode, to make a little some summary of what we did. We made automated aluminium and waited for a lot of it to finish up. We set up some basalt, some building blocks, and some obsidian for void upgrades. We made the clean room, of course, even though it was off camera. I'm sorry about that. We did make it and made some circuit progression. We made up the EV circuits, which we will probably also use next episode or the episode after to make a vacuum freezer, so that we can make progression in the coils here. And we obviously made our first EV blast furnace. So, but I think that's a good place to wrap up the episode. We got a lot of progress done, both on camera and off camera. And I hope I see you in the next one. Bye bye.